great.
But when you travel with kids, you're also at like the very back of the plane.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't give a fuck when by the time you get off the plane,
Yeah,
the
you're
bags
already
are there.
late.
So
yeah.
I've completely changed my tune on that. Right? Like
Yes.
that's,
I, as a Middle Eastern, have different priorities than you guys at any airport.
Please welcome to the stage. It's the incredible Bassem Youssef and the incomparable Paul Scheer.
Hey!
Come on out.
Oh, they're here.
Come on here. You go in. You can go wherever you want to go. Just sit down, you queers. All right.
Oh, man alive.
Good to see you both. Thank you both for being here.
Very excited.
It's been a very rough couple of weeks, and
Only a couple of weeks?
it's been a rough. It's been a rough couple of years, and there's a lot to get through. Trump is committing Watergates on a seemingly daily basis at this point, and that's where you two come in. We're going to talk about both serious, vitally important news topics and chat about movies in a twist on a Love It or Leave It classic called Reality versus Reality TV. Tonight we bring you Real Life versus Real Life. One of them has the two E's.
Wow. All right.
Real life
why
versus.
do I look the evil guy?
I like that pose, though. I like it. I look very casual.
I look very diabolical.
I think you just look intense.
Yes.
I think you look intense, Bassem. Okay. Who will I ask about each topic? There's only one way to find out. Bassem, you've been a
Hold on. What is this game? You're going to tell us real life or real life, and we have to pick?
No, I'm going to ask each of you questions.
Okay.
And one of them is going to be questions about real life.
Got it.
But
It
for
seems
the
like you're
other-
not into this game. Like, the way that you presented it was like, I'm going to do the thing in real life and real life. And I was like, I don't even, were we here? I do you not like this game? Because I don't want to put you through a game.
Also, English is my second language, so I don't understand what's happening here.
It seems like you're like, well, now this is a good one. But this does not seem like you're like, this is a good one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try not to be defensive right now. And I'm going to receive what you're saying.
I want to cater to you.
So I hear what you're saying. We're going to play a game.
Okay.
Okay.
And it is called
You
Real
decided-
Life versus Real Life. I'm going to ask you one of you questions about real life.
I
and
look
I'm gonna
very
ask
diabolical.
You the other about real life.
Got it.
One of you
I
will
think
get
I'm in a loop.
questions about what's real life.
Yes.
And the other about real life.
This is a fun game, John.
Oh, there's a real and real.
Yeah. Double E's.
Bassem,
I still don't know. Oh, yeah.
you've been a heart surgeon,
Yes.
an advocate for the Palestinian people, and an exile for your own political satire of powerful rulers. You've been known as the Jon Stewart of the Middle East. Turns out you were the Jimmy Kimmel of the Middle East.
Yeah.
What?
At
That's
lea-
your
at-
shit.
At least Jimmy came back.
Yeah. But so, can you just? I feel like it is amazing how with each passing year your experience becomes more relevant in America,
Yeah.
which is a bummer.
I'm feeling like home.
Yeah, that sucks. But so wait, what?
Oh, not all me. It is.
So you were taken off the air for political satire.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, I actually I was took out like a couple of times, and one of them I was interrogated by the general prosecutor, and I sat in front of him, and it was like chaotic. I was let in by a lot of policemen going into the the investigation room, and then before we got into the room, the policeman kind of like took me to a different room, and I don't know what's going on, and then the officer like, Mr. Youssef, before we go in, I need to ask you a question. Can we have a selfie? My children love you. So like they got I got all of his friends, and I got like selfies with like 6 officers, and then I went down, and then I sat with the investigator, and my first question, I was trying to explain my jokes for them, and
Which always works, right?
Yeah.
It's like if people ask you, tell me a joke.
Yeah.
Surefire setup to kill. And then when you have to explain a joke, also surefire.
It was like, what did you mean by this joke? And then the thing is, when they ask you something like this, and if you're in a show, you can explain what's the meaning. But in this situation, I'm trying to play dumb because, It's like, I don't know. I don't want to say something that will kind of incriminate me.
But you also don't want to throw your writers under the bus because then they'll be brought in and there'll be no selfies with the writers because no one cares about them.
Yeah, and then it's like when I try to explain the joke, he was telling me like, that's not very funny. And then
Everybody's a critic.
Yeah.
Wait, so can you look? There are people that are saying, oh, the people like J.D. Vance, but even some that are like sort of conservatives and others that are some comedians are like, oh, this is all blown out of proportion. This isn't a First Amendment violation. This isn't so serious. What does it look like to you? What's happening in the U.S. right now with free speech?
I mean, in a capitalist democracy, there is the capital is king. So the thing is like, yeah, you're free to say what you want, but like I own the platform and I can kick you out because I want that. So the thing is. Now because ABC reinstated them and then Nexter and the other Sinclair, it's like, okay, we're not going to put them in our affiliate. So now the problem is money rules everything. Well, it's like we'll have a freedom of expression, but like I'm not going to give you the space to experience this freedom of expression.
But I guess you could also say the same thing for the reinstatement, which was, I think Disney had lost like 7% over like the course of a weekend. Like people pulled their subscription. So I think they were motivated from a business perspective to get him back on the air too, right? Like,
but what will happen the next time it happens? Like because there's always the fact, it's the ratings, the money. Like they used that too with Colbert,
yeah.
So I don't know. Like I think we should maybe not like think of it as like a binary thing, which is people against the authority. It's the people who are funding the authority. It's the people, the billionaires who are buying those platforms and putting their own agenda, and then the people in the authority are just puppets because they're paid off by these people.
This is the thing I don't get. Everyone wants to say about how bad the ratings are in late night, but it seems like everyone's listening too. It's like, that's the other thing. It's like, well, no one's watching. But when some turn of phrase gets said, immediately people are watching and we have to take it off the air. It seems like it's all a show or it's not. It's either people are watching it bigly or they're not watching it at all. And I don't know what that middle ground is.
Right. How can it both be a business failure and ratings disaster, but also something heavily monitored by the White House that demands an immediate national response if it crosses a line of our choosing? Paul, why did you give Netflix's War of the Worlds remake starring Ice Cube 5 stars on Letterboxd?
Because it is great. It is great. This is a movie where Ice Cube has said, the director wasn't there and I had to figure it out myself. This is a movie that is shot through a computer screen. He is an NSA expert working on a Sunday when aliens attack, spoiler alert, and the entire movie is saved by an Amazon delivery driver. Now, people say, well, that's great advertising for Amazon. Here's the thing that's amazing about it. This movie was written for Paramount, and they sold it to Amazon later. So this Amazon, the writer of it was like, Amazon, I want to put more Amazon in here. So I think that's really interesting. Like, they had so much Amazon specifics. There are drones controlled. Like Ice Cube has to buy Ice Cube has to buy a USB stick to put it in his computer. And he has to get it via drone. It's great. Watch it. It's fantastic.
I love a movie where a plot point is getting a USB stick.
Yeah.
That's how you know things
That's
are
the classic.
cooking.
Yeah,
you couldn't crack. No way to sit in a room and think of a way to avoid that.
We got to send the drone. It's great. And he's also a weird dude who spies on his daughter a lot.
Are you serious?
Yes. That's the majority of the movie is him spying on his daughter.
You really like that movie?
You know what? When there's something that is so off, right? Like, I can appreciate the beauty of like one battle after the other, the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and this, because they are both doing the best version of what they can both be, which is that is the best worst movie I have seen in a long time, and that is a great movie that is the best movie in a long time. So it's like, I have to applaud them both. If you're gonna go down,
you have a lot of time on your hands.
Oh, come on! This is. I thought I was giving you a moment.
I like the abrupt spell.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I want to ask about War of the Worlds, but I don't want to spoil it. Bassem.
Yes, sir.
You had a Nelk Boys interview go viral over the summer because you chided them for interviewing Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about his favorite fast food, which was Burger King, which is
blasphemy.
Of course. During that episode, you told the Nelk Boys, you guys are not little kids. You're fucking 30 years old. It was very satisfying, I think, for people because there is this kind of, it's funny, it's similar, it's sort of the reverse image of what we were just talking about, which is, you have comedians doing these interviews with politicians, and these are serious times, and the interviews have serious stakes, and people are influenced by them. But if you challenge what's happening, why they maybe don't ask hard questions, well, they're just entertainers, they're just comedians, they're just people having a conversation. What was that conversation like? What was the response like? What was that feeling? What was that moment like?
Well, the thing is, there was a common friend who told me like the Nelk Boys, they messed up with them getting Benamit, and I would give him like softballing the questions. So can you be like the counterpoint? So because they were like losing people right and left. So I just like went there and kind of like put them in, in detention. And I was kind of like, because they were using the thing we didn't know. It's like you cannot just like go through life pretending that you don't know, because what you have been used. It started right before the podcast because the Nelk Boys with other influencers were paid huge amount of money to go to these free trips to Israel. And they had like a trip like a couple of years, just like 6 months before, before October 7th. And I told them, you were recruited in 2023 and you were activated 2025. They recruited you there, and then so they would use you when they come here, because you are the same Nelk Boys that actually Donald Trump used in his campaign. So now I think the politicians are like realizing, it's not like mainstream anymore. So we need to go to these like Gen Zs and the young millennials and like go to this like popular podcast. And of course, those people, I'm having the prime minister of this country, having the president of the United States. That's a great reach for me. So they don't care about doing the work, and they just want to do the exposure. But they're being used. They're being used.
I mean, everybody wants their Bill Clinton playing the saxophone on Arsenio moment, right? It's like, well, let's not talk about politics. But at the same time, this is a thing that I don't know if people have said this to you, but it's like, stay in your lane. Like, hey, you're supposed to entertain, so just entertain. And that's a really interesting thing, because I think that that's what those people are trying to do, but it's not responsible.
But here's the thing. What he's saying with the podcaster, many of the podcasters, they pretend that they're tough, asking the tough questions, and like being the people. They stepped out of their lane already, and when that politician comes in, they're just like all so sweet and nice.
Well,
and
can I say, no one has ever asked Netanyahu about his favorite fast food.
Yeah,
I mean that was a hard question.
That was a scoop.
I mean that you would not get that.
I'm
never
sorry,
get that from somebody else.
No. The guy is from fucking Philly, and he's saying Burger King. Are you? Terrible answer from BB, among other terrible answers from him.
That's the only bad thing he did.
That was the worst thing I've ever heard from Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, Paul, you're headlining the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Is that right?
Hear me out.
Wait. I'll ask both of you about this. So we've got a bunch of big comedians are doing the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
Yes.
And I find it interesting because it's divided between, God, they must be paying an absorbent amount of money to get these comedians to go to Riyadh. But it really does seem to be divided between people that could use the money and people who have more money than God already. Bassem, what was your reaction to the Riyadh Comedy Festival?
Well, we actually had a conversation about that exact topic inside, and then the whole idea was like, they're whitewashing the regime. I said, okay, so let's say now you're gonna give people pain for going for a certain country with quote unquote questionable politics. Isn't American politics questionable too? The fact that we also, the whole idea about we are better than everybody. If you don't talk about destruction or talk about war, America has been doing that for years. So should we, so the fact is trying to pretend that we are better than the rest of the world just because our media tells us so. I think we are actually guilty of what many of the things that we accuse other countries.
Are you supporting, if you play in California, are you supporting ICE because you're because is that at least something you could equate on some level?
I think that you can interrogate whether we are at times naive or rosy about America's terrible conduct domestically abroad without going so far as to not be able to draw this distinction. One important distinction is that if you go and perform at the Riyadh Comedy Festival, that government will decide how many people outside of that room see it. That does not happen in the United States. Not yet. They murder journalists. They imprison them. There are, that is a regime that cracks down actively in a violent way on dissent. Now, you can criticize America in all the ways that I think it is justified, but yes, I continue to believe there's a very big difference between going down to the Laugh Factory on Sunset and going to Riyadh to perform at this festival for a lot of money, which is to lend credibility to a kind of monstrous dictatorial regime. And we are not fully an authoritarian state just yet.
Yeah, but it's not just like about the authority. Like I remember, like Biden with the fist bump and everything. Like weren't we supposed to be like the police of the world? Like we are like responsible for the morality of the world, and then we still do business with all of these regimes. We are actually like we can say whatever you want about any regime in the world, but we have been like supporting them. We have been taking their money, whether than in the Middle East or anywhere else. I'm just like saying that you can point fingers to any regime in the world, but I don't think the United States is that much different.
I would say, yeah, sure. You can, of
I'm
course.
the immigrant here, just English second language.
No, what I was going to say is only, I think that like you have to be able to be honestly critical without having your mind so open your brain falls out. Yes, the United States has done terrible things, but you can still draw moral distinctions between performing in Saudi Arabia and performing in the United States. And even as our government does terrible things in our name, that doesn't mean individuals don't have a moral responsibility for where they perform for money. And that can mean different things to different people, and that can be up for debate. I think it is hard to justify extraordinarily wealthy comedians taking huge sums of money to go to Riyadh to perform for a regime that is looking for global credibility despite its many horrible and monstrous crimes. That does not negate any criticism of the United States, but it does not change that moral choice.
A couple of years ago,
Do you disagree with that?
Yeah, but like in a couple.
But no,
of
would you agree or disagree with that?
I agree with many points, but the thing is, I have to say, as someone who came from the Middle East, right? In these last 2 years, living here and seeing what our government let happen in front of all of our eyes, I am pretty much like disfranchised of all of like whatever moral thing that you can say about this government. I'm sorry, like and I even told you yesterday, like, as if like the people in the Arab and the Muslim diaspora, they feel that we're helping our people with Western Union and we're fucking them with TurboTax. Like, we're helping them with the money and then like our taxes go there to fuck them over. And that is happening through our government. And you can say whatever you want about the Egyptian regime, about like the Saudi regime, whatever, but they did not like assist in billions of dollars in genociding a whole nation right in front of our eyes right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm only doing 5 minutes. Like, not headlining. Middling. It was because of snacks. Snacks are good. They got good snacks there. Whatever I wanted. Fresh popcorn.
And the dates there are amazing.
Oh, very good
my God,
dates.
the dates are wonderful.
We'll be right back. Love It or Leave It is brought to you by Sundays. Sundays is fresh dog food made from a short list of human-grade ingredients. Sundays was co-founded by Dr. Tori Waxman, a practicing veterinarian who tests and formulates every version of each recipe. Sundays contains 90% meat, 10% superfoods, and 0% synthetic nutrients or artificial ingredients. Dog parents report noticeable health improvements in their pups, including softer fur, fresher breath, better poops, and more energy after switching to Sundays. John, Leo likes Sundays, doesn't he?
Leo loves Sunday for dogs, and we love it because, it's not wet dog food, and so you can store it easily, and it doesn't smell as bad, and he eats it right up.
Unlike other fresh dog food, Sundays does not require refrigeration or preparation because of their air drying process. Just pour and serve. When you start a Sunday subscription, you'll automatically get 20% off and free shipping on every reorder. Cancel or pause your subscription anytime with our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Every order ships right to your door, so you'll never worry about running out of dog food again. So easy to store, so easy to serve. Dogs love it. Get 40% off your first order of Sundays. Go to sundaysfordogs.com/loveit or use code LOVEIT at checkout. That's sundaysfordogs.com/loveit. Code LOVEIT. Before we get to our final segment, first of all, everybody should check, Paul talked about the great movies,
Yeah.
and the great bad movies.
Yeah.
And you can listen to How Does This Get Made, which is the greatest show about the worst movies,
Yeah.
and Unspooled,
Oh,
the
thanks so
greatest show about the great movies.
Yeah.
Plus, there's Dark Web.
Oh yeah.
And you were talking about Dark Web today,
Yeah.
About with Two Live Jews,
Two Live
which
Jews.
I remember from my childhood.
Yeah, so Two Live Jews was a comedy rap album that I thought was amazing because my parents wouldn't let me hear Two Live Crew. Now, Two Live Crew, they rapped about some hardcore stuff, but Two Live Jews would sing songs like, "Oi, it's so humid. Oi, it's so humid. Oi, it's so humid." It's like a sauna in here. And someone brought up today, they said, oh, they should have said they were schwitzing. It's not really a sauna, it's a schwitz. But that's to be said.
It's a steam.
It's a steam, yeah. So Two Live Jews brought back a really buried memory for a lot of people because, I found an old clip of Two Live Jews, which at the time I thought were two old men. They were just guys in like Nutty Professor makeup. So
I'm learning that in real time.
Yeah. So but yeah, you could check out. They have like a few albums. And Kosher as I Wanna Be is, I believe, the first album.
There's this controversy right now about this book about MDMA and recovered memories of abuse, and it's all very serious. I'm just imagining you doing MDMA recovery therapy,
Singing that song?
and bringing up all these lost memories of two broke Jews.
Two
live Jews. Two broke girls.
No,
two broke girls. Two live Jews.
Oh, two broke Jews? No, that's science fiction.
Awesome. Wow.
Hey, I was anti-Semitic of the month 1 month, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, really?
StopAntisemitism.org has chosen me, and I was actually in the finals, and then...
Wait, you made it to the final? They have finals.
And then, like, fucking Dan Balzerian won. I just, like, no, I lost it to
He
Dan
bought
Balzerian.
it. He bought it, just like all those girls.
It's like
he bought it.
It's like the Webbies, you know. I don't even know what I'm getting in trouble for this episode.
This is
Like,
gonna be a lot.
Also, you can see Bassem live at LA at the Comedy Store, here at Dynasty Typewriter in Durham, Tempe, San Antonio, Irvine, and it says Islamabad. Is that right? No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
No, wait, are you actually?
Yeah. No, but I'm doing the typewriter next Friday.
Oh, great.
To test it, like here next Friday. Yeah. It's a test show, so it's like code for it still sucks. So help me like build the show, please. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, help him. All right, please welcome back Congressman Eric Swalwell.
Oh.
I feel like I should put you on the. You should be closer to John. Yeah, I'll come.
You're
Get in there.
banana. You should think you should be in the middle.
This week, Donald Trump completely reversed course on Ukraine, declaring that Ukraine has America's full support and reclaiming all the land Russia has invaded so far. In honoring Trump's surprise about face, we wanted each of you to share something we've pulled a 180 on. Something in your life where you just were wrong and did a full flip on. Could be anything you want.
I'll go first with something that's light because I have.
We have a wheel. We have a wheel. We have a wheel that we fake it with.
Oh, okay.
Let's spin the wheel.
Got it. Oh, great.
It has landed on Congressman.
Well, I've done a 180 on the picture, for sure. I mean, I look like it's my high school prom photo, right?
Is that not
Look
your
at that photo.
headshot?
Look at that baby.
You think you're young in that picture? I think you look the same. That's not. I'm not. What?
I would say I've done a 180 on checking luggage.
Oh yeah.
So when I met my wife, on our first date, so I'm 33, she's in her late 20s. We both travel a lot for work, and I thought like this is an important question to ask someone who could be your spouse. And I asked her, I said, "How do you feel about checking luggage?" And to me, it was like a DQ. Like I never want to wait at a carousel for luggage, right? I just want to like get on the plane, land, and you're off. And in my job, like you just kind of like build that in as a habit. And so you don't want to be slowed down at all. I have 3 kids now, 8, 6, and 3. All I want to fucking do is check as much luggage as possible because going through an airport with little kids is impossible. I don't know if any of you have done it.
I'm going to tell you now, I have a 9 and 11-year-old.
Yeah.
And now we've determined, we called ourselves this year, we're saying we are the no check baggage family.
That's a good
We went
pact
to
to make.
Europe.
Yeah.
And now that the kids can carry their own thing, life is better again. But yes, in your moment right now, forget about it.
I want to check the kids, right?
Yeah,
You like want
get them in.
Yeah.
But they don't
I
let
put
you.
on. I get like these cheap dog costumes on Amazon. You put them in a little crate and they go right under. It's cheaper. It's easy, and they don't mind the cold.
They don't
Kids
mind.
are always. My kids are always hot. That's my middle.
You get them in a little dog costume.
Yeah.
You go right under. If the kids are small enough, they can go under the seat.
Oh yeah, you could get them in there.
I agree. Like I sometimes like the feeling of once you've checked the bag and you're kind of loose at the airport.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice. You're loose.
But
And
the
I,
waiting
but I
after.
also here's the other thing too. I don't get this complaint where people are like, oh, I don't want to wait for these bags. I'm like, it's how long is it? It's like 5-10 minutes. Like, what are we doing? Like, people make it out like I never check. Like,
Not in this economy. Not with this administration.
I-
Sean Duffy's in
I
charge
don't
of your
know.
bags
I've never
now,
really
right?
am dealing with. I mean, look, I know that things are bad, but I feel like my bags are getting there roughly. It gives me a chance to take a pee. Go, get, maybe grab a coffee, and then I wait for the bag. I get them, and I go, and I'm happy, and that was great.
But when you travel with kids, you're also at like the very back of the plane.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't give a fuck when, like, by the time you get off the plane,
Yeah,
the
you're
bags
already
are there.
late.
So
Yeah,
I've completely changed my tune on that.
Yeah, you're not moving anywhere quickly. Once the kids are going, because they're stopping 5 more times than you would normally. Yeah, you can't just like bust off.
Our hack is to sit at the very, like the farthest back
Yeah.
as possible, so that you're disturbing like the least amount of people, right? Like
Yes.
that's
I, as a Middle Eastern, have different priorities than you guys at any airport, and this is like first world country shit with problems. First world problem. Luggage. I'm wondering if I'm gonna go through. I mean, just that's.
Let's spin it again. It has landed on Paul Scheer.
All right, here is my. I'm gonna keep it light, and well, that was light. So, the thing that I have made a 180 on is the movie Talladega Nights. When I first saw it, I was like, I don't think this is very funny. I think Anchorman is way better. And when I've watched it, I'm like, I actually think that this is like an amazing, like kind of look of America and how we get very, jealous and uncomfortable. And it's like there's so many layers in there. And it's
Favorite scene?
Oh gosh, my favorite scene. I mean, the 2 kids are the best. Walker and Texas Ranger. They're pretty amazing. Anytime kids are telling they're gonna kick an old man's ass, I'm ready for it.
But the baby Jesus, right?
Baby Jesus, yeah, the prayer scene, the dinner table scene is amazing. And I just think I think in rewatching it, I appreciate, and you can tell it's like Adam McKay, who has this like point of view about, yeah, this is all like it's. I think like putting it in a NASCAR world and showing like America for great things and weird things and all of our weird things that we were scared of. I thought it's actually way smarter than I ever gave it credit for. So that's my 180 on Talladega. I think I just stuck my nose up at it because like I don't like NASCAR. This is dumb, whatever. But it's a much more layered movie.
I'll have to go back and rewatch Talladega Nights.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely like an ethnophobia there because Sacha Baron Cohen plays a French guy who wants to hold hands. He's gay, and that's very upsetting to Will Ferrell's character. Like it's interesting. There's some good stuff in there.
Let's spin it again. It's landed on Bassem. Bassem, what's something you've done a 180 on?
I used to have like my dream car used to be a Tesla. Not anymore. No, but even before the thing, even before that, I think it's like hyped up, overrated, and like you lose an arm and a leg if with any scratch with it. Like it's like I think we shouldn't be investing that much money in cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, half of you have Teslas. Fuck you.
I have a bumper sticker on mine, which says, "This is for the politics."
So I had a Tesla. I bought it in, I believe, February of 2020. At which point it sat in my driveway for whatever, an incredible length of time. I really liked it. Then the news happened. And then it started to really rattle. You know, it would really shimmy and it would rattle and it would make a lot of noise. It always sounds like there's a screw loose that's rolling back and forth. And I ultimately got rid of it. Man.
Maybe it was already bad, but you were blinded
That could be.
by
That
the-
could be.
but
Could
then
have
the
been
politics-
bias.
Yeah.
Could have been bias.
I will say
suppose.
this about the Tesla too. It's like it is take away everything about like Elon, whatever. But it's a relatively new car. Like there's very few like new cars that like, hey, we figured it out. Like no, like that. Like these companies have been around for decades. They've figured out like, oh yeah, that's how the steering wheel doesn't make a creaky noise every time. You know, I feel like any new car is going to have this, and it's surprising when you drive the Tesla. Like, oh, these are sounds I've never heard a car make before.
I got rid of it, and I like didn't know what to get, and I got a Mercedes, which I've never had before, and
Ooh,
I've
being
never
an
had.
Arab. That's a very Arab thing to do. Mercedes.
Let me tell you something.
Mercedes.
I'll tell you something. So you know what? Let's spin it again. It's landed on me.
It's rigged.
So I always thought that, like, when I was a kid, as a Jewish kid, like Mercedes were like not allowed. Like they were Nazi sleds. Like you did not get a German car. Like these were, you did it. And by the way, like I still think it's kind of crazy to have a Volkswagen because like, who named that company? Change the fucking name. It's right there on the thing. That's crazy to me. Always bugged me a little bit. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of this Tesla and just eat shit on the price because that's what happened. I'm getting rid of it. And I'm gonna get this thing. I fucking hate this car so much, and it is the most. And it really like makes me.
Tesla or the Mercedes?
The Mercedes.
Okay,
I
why?
miss the Tesla, to be honest. Deal with it.
I feel the same way. I really like driving my Tesla. Again, politics.
Well, this is how you're gonna get paid in Riyadh.
I know.
I hate
Now,
this.
now I will say, now you've made me second guess my other car, which I want to get is that Volkswagen bus. And I can't get that now either. Now,
You know what? You're never gonna be young again. Don't get that bus.
all right.
Why do you hate the Mercedes?
It feels very German in that it seems like it was just. It's
always trying to kick you out of the car?
I always feel like I always feel like when I'm in it, like you can just hear a little voice being like Achim, Achim. It's very clearly some very smart engineers were deeply involved in every aspect of it. But the one thing they didn't think about was the fact that a human being at some point might need to drive it. It feels like it's completely over-engineered by like a deeply methodical and inhumane people. And maybe that's projecting, because they seem like they've really kind of lightened up over the last 68 or 80 years. But when I drive this car, I feel like, I don't know, I think it's still in them.
When you turn it up, and when you get in it, it automatically Nick Fuentes' podcast is on, right?
Yeah, it just goes. Yeah, it's always playing Deutschland über alles. Whenever I turn the car on, it's super weird.
I do love the Lenny Riefenstahl commercials for it.
Yeah, no. You know, because here's the thing. The Trump administration puts out these sort of like snuff films on whitehouse.gov, and it's like, hey, man, like Lenny Riefenstahl knew the rule of thirds. You know what I mean? knew about
bad framing.
light and dark, you know, the angles, beautiful shots, right? If you're going to make a beautiful piece of right-wing propaganda, shoot it well.
Speaking about the ads, did you see this? Like the White House ad for we are now called the Department of War. Like we're going to do the business of war, and they're like, this is. Did you see that?
No, I didn't even know that these films existed.
No, and it's like on the White House like officials.
Yeah.
How like, and they're giving like Steve Hexeth, you know, that guy, and he's saying like, you know, we're not the Department of Defense, we're in the business of war, and then boom, 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 and then at the end, Department of Defense, and then war.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's,
this is like dystopian thing.
That's like something you would see in a movie.
Yeah, it's like, but I like that there's no masks anymore. It's like, yeah, we're war. We're gonna fuck you up.
It's just, there are confident people with tiny penises, and there are insecure people with big penises. I'm sure they exist.
Which one's Hex?
And there's insecure people with nuclear weapons.
Right. Well, there's such a projection all the time. Like, therapy. And let's end by saying, I hope a lot of these Republicans do a 180 on therapy. these people could all benefit from just sitting down and talking to somebody once in a while about why they're so sad and mad. Or maybe admitting that they're not mad and that they are sad. And with that, we will end it. Thank you so much to Congressman Eric Swalwell, Paul Scheer, Bassem Youssef.